All right. Hello, everybody. We are group number 3, and we're super excited to present to you the Trail Master today. Awesome. So our customer problem is relating to the outdoor market. Outdoor activities have become increasingly popular among Americans, with nearly 60% of Americans ages 6 and up participating to some degree. Around 3 million emergencies each year result from outdoor activities and mishaps, and the U.S. National Park Service reports that over 5,000 rescues annually due to the lack of preparedness, and many more go unreported. Beginner hikers and people looking to get into the sport don't have an easy way of compiling all the gear they need for a successful and, more importantly, safe trip. Beginners also don't have the knowledge on what to bring to ensure safety. We aim to solve this problem for them.
Doing so, our product is targeted towards the beginner hiker or outdoor enthusiast market. We are trying to target those that are not breaking the bank right now. This tends to be young professionals or students, people in outdoor recreational clubs, or those weekend warriors that like to get a break after their long week working. And as more people than ever are getting outside in the U.S., we'll want to use that to our advantage to target them with our Trail Master Pack, as well as regionally targeting outdoor active areas, such as Colorado, Utah, Montana, the greater Pacific Northwest.
All right, so relating to our industry, this is actually a great sandbox for us to operate in because it's a rapidly growing market. Like I talked about before, the backpack market is expected to grow from 32.48 billion in 2023 to 43.63 billion by 2033. You can kind of see in this infographic we have below, you can see that this is expected to increase exponentially over the years. The current market has many options on the high end and low end of the backpacks, but there's a largely untapped middle market that we plan on getting our foot in. You can see in this bottom left corner, we have some information on the segmentation analysis of this market. That just provides a little bit more information on what types of things that our people are looking to see. So our first main competitor is the 511 Tactical Rush 24. So this is a 24-liter backpack that costs around $140. It's a durable tactical backpack with lots of pockets and straps. The downside to this one, though, is that you have to buy all of your survival gear separately. This has a good value, but the design won't appeal to all, and this does not solve our original problem of trying to provide beginner outdoor enthusiasts with all the tools they need right off the bat. Our second competitor is the Osprey Atmos. So this backpack represents the high end of our market. The backpack costs $340 and is marketed as a premium hiking backpack. It definitely serves a similar target market to us, but it doesn't have the tactical gear we're looking for, and it's going to be too expensive for most people in our segment. Our final competition that we found was the Uncharted 72. So this backpack is a 72-hour survival kit all in one backpack. It looks like it's going to be a little bit too overkill for most people, and it's not going to satisfy the needs of our target market. This backpack is also priced at $299, which is much more expensive than most people would be willing to pay for an entry level to a sport. This backpack also doesn't serve as much of a hiking backpack, but more of a general survival kit.
For our ecosystem, there's three main components that we are focusing on. The first being our stakeholders, and that's going to start off with our primary stakeholders, which are outdoor enthusiasts and people buying our product, people that are actually putting money into this, as well as our long-term stakeholders, which is more of the investment side of things, as well as environmental and sustainability groups, as well as wholesalers like REI and local gear shops to push our product once we have more of a market share. And then we have our industry and market forces. This is going to be mainly our competitors, the brands we had listed earlier, our suppliers and manufacturers that provide us with our product, and as well as our customer needs while they can change and with the market trends. And then we have our regulatory environmental forces. This varies from product safety standards, import and export regulations, as well as trademarking and brand protections to make sure we don't go into legal trouble, as well as sustainability expectations for our products. Since we are targeting an outdoor enthusiast lifestyle, we want to make sure that we promote sustainability with our process.
So our solution is an expertly crafted backpack that includes a built-in survival and trail essential at a reasonable price to aid beginner hiker with all the essential they need. We aim to maintain the integrity of a low weight and functional backpack. The Trailhead Basic will have a compass, safety whistle, first aid kit, water filter, range fly, knife, cord, and fire starter. And it will be 25 liter size. It will be costing 120. Since the backpack is like a handmade, it's gonna be it will have a soft padding in the back, or it does not puncture your back at all. We'll also plan on using a trailhead flow, our second user, which will have a hydration capacity, 30 liter bladder. Price is to be determined.
So for our operations plan, we have a few different strategies we plan on using. The first one is going to be to utilize multiple suppliers slash vendors. This way, if one falls through, we have a backup plan. And also this helps us with our competitive pricing because by utilizing different suppliers, we can try to keep our costs down. We also want to do the small batch model, so probably order around 200 to 3 backpacks per shipment. That way, if there's an error with a batch, it only affects a small portion of our total inventory. We plan to smart small in general with around 300 backpacks to start. We want to distribute these to our friends and family to try to gain some feedback on our product before we fully scale it up. From there, we'll make adjustments and scale up to our 1,000 unit target for year one. Our primary selling method will be direct to consumer via our website. We want to try to implement a few small retail test locations to gauge interest. And then after our product is more mainstream and more recognized and trusted, we plan to scale up to more of a retail store focus, such as stores like REI and Sierra. And then in year two, we plan on introducing our second product, which is the Trailhead Flow. The Trailhead Flow will just have more features that can be utilized by a more experienced hiker. Here at the bottom, we have a little flow map that describes our process for the first year. So in months 1 and 2, we're really going to be focusing on our design and prototyping. That's kind of where we are right now, finalizing our backpack design, creating prototypes, and testing in our outdoor conditions. Months 3 and 4 is when the manufacturing will start and we place our first 300 unit order. From there, we plan to launch our product and begin marketing. You can see some of our target things that we're trying to hit there, such as launching our website, beginning the marketing, and product photography. From there, we'll be taking pre-orders, which is when our business will be fully scaled up. And we plan on fulfilling our orders with quality control checks, gathering customer feedback, and placing additional orders, hopefully, after our product gains a little bit of success. And our target for the first year is 1,000 units sold.
Leadership level CEO that makes something like this. We have a production team that will be making the supply chain and everything. We'll just have open communication where every position or any owner knows what's happening with the product and what's happening in that team, everything that's going on. If we keep scaling up, we'll be looking for people who can contribute ideas and this as we continue to grow.
All right, so now I'm going to break down our financial model here. This financial model specifically is going to target our Trailhead Basic, which is going to be the foundation and what we're going to launch with. So starting off with the cost of goods sold, it's knocking out all the essentials of our product. So the nylon, fabric, and stitching is going to be $14. Straps, buckles, zippers is going to be $8. We'll have a water filter that'll be $9. A first aid kit that'll be $5. Fire starter tools that'll be $5. Compass and safety whistle that'll be $3. For assembly, that is estimated at $12. And then packaging and shipping will be about $6. Bring this to a total of $62 per unit for every Trailhead Basic. All this information can also be found on our interim report. It's been researched so we get precise costs for all of our essential materials here. Now, playing into the bigger picture for our numbers for year one, Um, like we mentioned earlier, we want, our target for the first year is 1,000 units sold. We pricing out the unit $120 per backpack. This will project us at about $120,000 for the first year. Like I said, cost of goods sold will be about $62, and then the total cost of goods sold will be $62,000, giving us a gross margin about $58,000. And then after taking out the operating expenses at $15,600, we are estimating net profit to be about $42,400 for that first year. And then we went ahead and also went through and created projections for year 2 and year 3 as our business. So as we start selling more units, cost of goods sold will increase, but not at the rate that revenue will increase. So that is where our net profit, you can see that it's increasing more and more as time progresses. And then, other numbers such as operating expenses, though that doesn't increase that much as well. So yeah, you can see the gross margin increasing quite a bit, ultimately helping our net profit. All right, so talking about risk mitigation, right? So obviously there are quite a few risks with this product, but there are ways to help combat that. So first things first, a very small batch, just simply just to get feedback from the customers that we send it to, right? So our plan is probably, with our minimum viable product, just sending out 50 or so backpacks out to customers, and then from there receiving feedback from them, and then making adjustments based on that feedback. And then after we have those adjustments, then we'll send out our first batch of 1,000 products, and then continue to receive feedback from there, make adjustments, and kind of mitigate future risk as they come. Another thing that would mitigate risk is establishing multiple relationships with multiple manufacturers. This makes it much safer to work with manufacturers. If one goes down, we always have another manufacturer that will work, so we can avoid any unforeseen circumstances. And then, locking in long-term pricing as well to keep consistency, and then battle, market changes. This will help again with the unforeseen circumstances with the market changing. This will help keep consistency and avoid like random shortages with the product. And then, requiring quality checks as well. We want our customer to have the best product possible. So requiring that each product goes through a quality check, can avoid any issues that the customers may come across. And then, of course, emphasizing the uniqueness of our backpack, right? We got quite a few competitors. So our big thing is that we're all in one backpack with the essentials to help beginners. So definitely emphasizing that will help us stand out above our competitors. And then introducing multiple revenue streams, right? We talked about it earlier, the Trailhead Flow. Introducing this, more down the line when we are more solidified as a business. This will help, definitely help with revenue, and then kind of combating unforeseen changes with our revenue, and having multiple revenue streams to help keep it more consistent. Introducing the Trailhead Flow with the add-on of that bladder, also bringing more money for us. Yeah, that's really all we have for our pitch deck here. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you so much.